Big Blue Nation. Big Blue Nation. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. You've arrived at the destination for all things Kentucky. This is the Bleed Blue Network Podcast.
What's going on, Big Blue Nation? Welcome to week 2 of Huddle Up Kentucky. I am Paul with Jeff Bedette, and we got a lot to talk about today, man. I think there's a lot of stuff that happened this weekend.
Football is here, man.
Yeah, I mean, all the way until last night with
USC.
Yeah, Bill Belichick getting very rudely welcomed to the college football world, because that was a spanking.
Are there any college football Brady's out there, man?
That and deflated footballs, I think they're in short supply of.
I'm rolling.
So I guess we'll just talk about the elephant in the room. Kentucky played, they won. A lot of people you saw, there was a lot of people in the media around, not necessarily Kentucky media, that were saying, picking them to win. I saw some crazy scores. I've heard some crazy stuff even since then. They won. I wouldn't say it was pretty. I don't think it was as ugly as some fans are saying it is. What was your take?
Yeah, so obviously it wasn't pretty, but a win is a win. We was going against a Toledo team that was picked to win the MAC, so this wasn't no slouch of a team. Obviously, it came down to our front seven. The skill players are pretty much the same. You can go and get the same skill players anywhere. It's just the difference are the front seven. But ultimately, I want people to also understand why week ones are always hard, is because we don't have any film on the team. And camp probably 3-4 weeks, 2.5 of those weeks, almost 3 weeks is more of a good on good, trying to figure out the roster, trying to figure out who your guys is. And then that week is when we finally can move our focus on our opponent. And then, like I said, first week, there's no film. We got to go off of last year's film. You got transfer guys in, so you got to ask the film guy, yo, can you make me a cut up of this guy at his last school he was at, so I can kind of get a gist of who he is. So that's why it was kind of hard trying to figure out Toledo, and why it was kind of hard for our offense to get going. It's almost because, like I said, it's just more so it's just not having enough time to focus on your opponent when it's week one, off of like not enough film to watch. But again, like I said, we was able to come out. We was able to come out with the win. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't ugly, but we knew that Coach Stoops was gonna have the defense ready, going. You know what I'm saying? We knew we was gonna have to lean on our defense heavy while we're trying to figure out who our offensive guys are.
Some of the criticism is, it was Toledo, it was the win. Like, you've played before. What did you think about Toledo as an overall team? Like, did you look at them and be like, they're ass, or were you impressed with, at least on the defensive side?
Yeah, again, like I said, I see a team that I see why they was predicted to win the MAC. You know what I'm saying? I see a team that, as you've seen, as the game goes on, they got a little bit more comfortable. You've seen the quarterback was able to pass the ball around a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying, later off in the game. So you can kind of see them just getting more comfortable. But again, we beat a real good football team. That was a real good football team. Kudos to them. But again, I'm glad we was able to show why we should have won that game as well.
The thing that I was the most impressed about was the pass rush. I think that's the best pass rush I've seen Kentucky have. I mean, there's been times when Kentucky's had good defenses, and I've never seen, just blowing the line of scrimmage up. And I mean, you've been on games where the D line's in the backfield all the time. What is that like in the huddle from the offensive perspective from Toledo, where it's just like they know that it's 3rd and 2 and they can't block these guys?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's real tough when you know that, like, your quarterback won't have time to go back there and throw the ball, especially as a receiver, knowing that, like, man, I probably got a second or 2 seconds to get open just because of the D line is in the backfield so fast. So it does get an offense kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying? It does get the O line kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of gets guys out of place for sure when you got a real active D line.
I was a little shocked by actually, I don't want to say shocked. I thought the D-line was good. We talked about that last week, about the D-line being good. But right. I think I was surprised with how good it was. I mean, it was constantly in that guy's face. Which
Yeah, they were calling havoc, man.
do you what? You're an offensive guy. Everyone's going to talk about offense and receivers and all that shit, right? Like this is where everybody's at right now. I didn't play football. I saw some stuff. I saw Van break some things down. Maybe Calzada wasn't as bad as people thought he was during the game. The receivers weren't very good in some aspects. What did you see? And is the problems that you saw fixable, or is there more of a reason to be concerned?
Yeah, man. So this was something that me and G actually spent a good time talking about on our show today about what the receivers can get better at. Two of the things that we felt like was huge is they got to create more separation and they got to get in and out of their breaks. You know what I'm saying? We seen too many times coach call a comeback. Zach is throwing the ball where the ball need to be, but his receiver taking too many steps to get out of their routes. I think it was I think he tried to throw like an inside fade in the game, but the guy didn't really give him space to really, you know what I'm saying, drop the ball in the basket. So I think the receivers for sure we need to working on separation and getting out of breaks because we're going against an Ole Miss team that knows we want to run the ball. So obviously they're gonna stack the box and play man coverage. So I think me personally, we got the right guys to do what I'm telling, like doing the thing that I said that they need to be done. You know what I'm saying? We got a very talented room. I just feel like guys just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Guys just gotta stay in the game. Guys gotta just be able to get implemented early. But again, that's gonna come out of them putting in the work throughout the week. Cause whatever you're putting in practice is literally what you're gonna get out in the game. So I think some of the stuff they do need to work on in practice is creating separation, do more drills with the DBs. You know what I'm saying? Do releases and stuff like that, so they can kind of get a feel of what's to come in the game.
Speaking of running the ball against Ole Miss, one of the things that I've been reading and looking at is Ole Miss's run defense is not necessarily phenomenal from what we're seeing, and the PFF grades on their O line playing Georgia State was not good. Like they were all like mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say like yeah they won 63-7 right. I was looking at the stats. I'm like, yo, Austin is Simmons or Simons?
I think it's Simmons.
Simmons. Okay, so he he threw 2 interceptions in that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So we can kind of look at that and say like there are turnovers to be made in this game. You know what I'm saying. They did what they had to do, but like I said, we can't overlook throwing 2 interceptions. Now, I see if it was just one, but 2 interceptions. It's like all right, we can. And then he's a young guy. I just seen, man. It's funny before
19.
we got on this. Yeah, and he just got his bachelor. Like he got his bachelor degree. I literally just seen that.
Smart kid.
Smart kid.
It's very interesting. I saw somebody talking today in a group chat saying, of all the teams in the SEC, Ole Miss would have been one of my top 3 teams that I'd want to open up with. Not because they're not good. I mean, no one's saying that there's not talent on Ole Miss, but because the strengths of what Kentucky has in the run game. And look, we know this, right? Like if you can dominate the lines of scrimmage, you saw this with Texas and Ohio State, right? Like
yes,
everyone thinks it's talking about Arch Manning now. Is he a bust? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But Ohio State made him look very average, dominating the line of scrimmage. Kentucky dominating the line of scrimmage with this kid. You said he threw 2 turnovers. I think the worry was in practice, turnovers, time to throw, things like that. Kentucky, if they can dominate the offensive defensive lines of scrimmage, where do you think do you see this game going in Kentucky's favor a lot more? Because tempo doesn't matter if the line isn't blocking, right?
Yeah, to be man, I honestly think if because every time we play Ole Miss the last 4 times, it's been super close, man. Like literally every single game came down to either a point, 3 points, 1 possession, literally. So I think if the offense can give us at least 24 points, I think things can get real interested. Cause like I said, like you said, the defense is gonna kind of hopefully, you know what I'm saying, make it quick on the quarterback. If we can get him to make like real fast decisions, that's when a young kid like that is prone to make turnovers. You know what I'm saying? But if we giving him time to sit back and process things, letting everything set up, then that's when, you know what I'm saying, he'll do what he do. So I just feel like it'll come down to seeing if the offense can give us a good 24 points. And
I
we
agree.
can work with that.
I agree. I think I think 24 can win this game. I think what
Yes.
Kentucky wants to do, and if you're playing a team like Ole Miss who wants to run tempo, what's the thing to do? Run the ball, control the clock, keep it out of their hands. Because
Right.
as a tempo team, you have to do what? They depend on snaps and rhythm, right? So the more snaps you give them, or the less snaps you give them, the more out of sync you can do. And plus, if you keep your defense off the field, that's there. The piece of that I was impressed with too with Kentucky, and I thought they would have this, but they had 8 D linemen. I mean, Souls, I think, was the highest PFF rated player Kentucky's had in
Souls had
tenure.
Souls had a great game, bro.
Now it's going to see if he can do it in the SEC, because everybody talks about his size. He's undersized. We get all that. Sometimes size doesn't matter, right? Sometimes they can just.
No, we had guys we had guys before, you know what I'm saying, that can be a little undersized but go out there and make huge plays, man.
It's going to be interesting to see. Are you going to be more concerned with, like, what's the thing, like, in the first 5 minutes that, like, outside of scoring, what's the thing you're looking for?
Again, it depends. If Ole Miss opening up with the ball, I want to see a 3 and out. That's how I look at it. I want to see us, you know what I'm saying, like show start of the game. But then again, like I said, Lane Kiffin knows, bro. If anybody in that building knows, he knows what type of team Coach Stoops is going to bring out to play Saturday. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's going in his drawing board knowing what he got to cook up for our defense. So again, if first 5 minutes, if Ole Miss is the one that's starting off with, again, I like to see a 3 and out, and I love to see us to go down, get a field goal. But you know, so I'm a fan. I would love the 3 and out. We go down, get a touchdown. But if we can start out with 3 and out, get the ball, and either get a field goal, I'll be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? If we get some type of points out of it. But we all know, me and you know, that it's gonna be a 4-quarter game, man. We know it's gonna be literally a 4-quarter game. That 4-quarter gonna come up. We're gonna put the fours up, and it's just like, all right, who wants it? You know what I'm saying? Who wants it more?
I mean, I'll probably get crucified for saying this, but I could see Kentucky winning by a bigger margin than Ole Miss, simply because
Oh wow.
I think Kentucky's I don't think Kentucky's defense would let. Now the turnovers can change it, right? Like, you get turnovers inside the red zone.
Yeah, we get exactly
different,
exactly.
right? Like, you
It's
do
different.
that. I'm just saying, if there's not crazy stuff like that, and the reason why I say this is because I think the defense, we had the highest rated PFF D line in the nation this week, highest rated. People say, "Oh, it's Toledo." Okay, great. Like, F you,
They can't
Toledo.
say that, man. Toledo was a good team, dog.
Toledo's a good team. Like, oh, they're not SEC. Okay, great. Like, FSU beat Alabama by 1,000. Like, let's just
Right.
it happened. Like, you could have good teams other places. Yeah, they're not going to win the SEC, but they're not a slouch. Just team that's problems in the first game. But if their O line has the problems that they've been saying, and they've been saying all offseason that their O line's a problem, I feel like Kentucky's going to create havoc, and I think they have opportunistic guys in the secondary. I think you look at 2 or 3 turnovers in that. I think if they could even score off that, depending on where it is, I feel like that. Calzado threw a pick, but it wasn't really his fault. Like, even when you watch the film, Stellato didn't cut in. He like rounded his route off instead of cutting. So like what you're saying is right. Like, it was the separation and everything.
Mm-hmm.
If they clean that up a little bit, I didn't see him make really high risk throws. Like, it didn't seem like
I just love that he took chances, bro. He was giving the guys chances. There was a couple of times he took some deep shots down the field. We didn't come down with it. I know he threw one to a tight end. I don't know if it was a tight end. I know it was an 80s number that I feel like he could have came down with. You know what I'm saying? That was just a 50-50 ball.
Oh yeah, it was
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was like a 50-50 ball. But again, like I'm saying, we're seeing that he's giving the guys opportunities. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing that
and guys made catches too. Like, even though, like the one Kendrick Law made, obviously he was out of bounds, but that was a hell of a catch still.
Hell of a catch.
The Hester one on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, that was like the beginning of the game.
I still don't know how they overturned that, because I'm like, I didn't see an angle. I don't know if you did on TV. I never saw the review, but on TV, like, I pull up YouTube and it's like they're saying that looks like a catch. Did it look like a catch to you?
It was a catch. Most certainly it was a catch. But
I don't know how they overturned it. That's also, I think, something you look at and realize, like, the wide receivers, I think, are okay with going and at least trying to make a play if you give them the chance. One thing I saw too, and I was watching this, and film, and then other like breakdowns some of these guys are doing online and things like that. And he was showing that some of the guys weren't open, so some of the shots weren't dialed up shots. It was the only throw that he had that was the lowest risk throw. So I think there was one to Law in the back in the end zone, right? And he said everybody was covered. There's nobody open.
Right.
And Law was a slot fade. He said the only thing you do is throw a slot fade to Kendrick Law and see if you can make a play. And obviously, I think you overthrew him by like 2 or 3 yards. But he's like, it's either take a sack, force a throw, or you throw it out there and see what happens.
Give an opportunity. Yeah, right. And that's what I want to see.
I thought that Zach missed throws, but I also thought he did things to not put the team in a turnover situation. Obviously, the interception, I don't think that was his fault. What did you think about his play overall? Like, I know it was 85 yards. We're saying, oh, it's shit. And it's got to get better, right? Like, there was those he missed too.
For sure.
Did you see anything glaring there, like that made you like terrified and think he can't be good?
Nah, I remember. I think somebody asked Coach Stoops did he think about putting Cutler in or something like that. I'm just like, it's way too early to even think about changing quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Especially with an older guy like this as well. Too, you got to be able to. Like I said, he's in the news. I feel like fans don't understand like the process, like what goes on leading up to a season. Like it's so hard being able to prepare for teams when you don't have nothing on them. You know what I'm saying? You just really gotta trust. You really just gotta trust what you're practicing and hoping that the team gives you the looks that the coach is calling for. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you make your adjustments throughout the game. But I just feel like Zach, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things to be, you know what I'm saying, be optimistic about. Like I said again, him giving guys opportunities, him you know what I'm saying, making plays here and there. And he made some plays with his feet as well, too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta like that as well. I think he ended up with like 10 rushes or something like that. He ended up
a touchdown, rushing
and
touchdown.
He got a touchdown, he got a rushing touchdown. So again, I just feel like we just gotta take it week by week, but also make sure we're seeing like progress, which is just what I want to see more of is just early in the game is just getting the ball in guys' hands quick. Like, let me see a quick little screen here. Let me see a jet sweep here from a guy. Like, just get guys to touch the ball early.
And Kendrick Law, we got to get in the game.
Yeah,
earlier,
we can just get him. Yeah, we just give him like a jet sweep, or even put him in the backfield, give him a handoff or bubble screen or something like that. If we can if we can start that off, I promise you that'll give guys way much of a groove.
I don't feel like we run a bubble screen or any kind of screen all game. I don't feel like we did.
I'm trying to see is that even in our playbook? Like, it gotta be. You know what I'm saying? We got the guys that. Because me personally, I don't say that would help Zach get his, you know what I'm saying, efficiency up. You know what I'm saying? It look like clean football. And then when we take the shot, we can take our shot. We can live with the 50-50. But if we can just get guys incorporated early, I guarantee like those plays that we want them to make later in the game, they'll make those plays rather than those plays we want them to make later in the game is the first time they you know what I'm saying, the first time they've seen an attempt or first time seeing a target in a sense. But like I said, there's a lot of things to be happy about with Zach, man.
There's the two things we talked about as a big emphasis last week too is the big blue wall and the running backs.
Oh man, you know they're gonna show up. You know they're gonna show up.
Dowdell, all 6'2", 230 of them hits a 75-yard run for a touchdown. I think it was maybe 79. That might have been a little bit more.
Rolling.
I forget who said it, but they said Seth McGowan runs like he's angry at the ground, and I agree. He runs like angry,
like Pacheco with the Saints.
Yeah, that's who they actually said he runs kind of like. It's almost like recklessly coordinated,
they just
right?
So angry, like give me the ball.
The offensive line had no penalties and no sacks allowed. Great.
Oh
great
my
game.
God.
207 yards rushing, I think, first game. I don't even know if we rushed for 200 yards in a game last year.
No, I think it was actually 220, bro.
It might have been. I don't know. I
think we had 200. I think we had 200 and I think we had 220 passing yards and only 85. I mean 220 rushing yards, 85 passing, and I think Ole Miss had 270, but only like 56 rushing.
So it's going to be interesting. Like you're seeing that I think the thing that really, I think the places where you needed to see improvement, you did. And then the last thing was linebacker, right? Like, can these guys do it? And Alex Safari looks every single bit of what could potentially be an all SEC.
13 total tackles.
That dude runs like a safety and hits like a linebacker. I mean, he was everywhere. So when you look at everything, obviously, and look, if Zach connects on two of those throws, let's say Hester
Solid
goes
game.
in, we don't have the stupid ass fumble. The only thing he really did stupidly was, and everybody was like kind of, I saw a thing where he was, the safety where it says B Clark Kent, right?
Oh man.
Terrible read. That was a terrible read.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it was a good game.
Because we would have shut him out in the first half.
Mm-hmm. We should. I mean, the defense basically
defense
only allowed 14. They only allowed 14 points. So I think they really just kind of late, and I think that's also what you're saying, right? Like first game. Sometimes when you're up and you think it's over, you got to make sure that it is over.
Yeah, man. Toledo was getting more comfortable because that's when he just started throwing the ball around.
Well, they also pulled, I don't think some of the starting D-line was out there. And I know that there were some other cornerbacks that I hadn't seen all game that were in there. So I don't know if they called the dogs off to get some guys reps.
Because I was about to say, the only people that was really mad at the game was the Vegas bettors. Whoever took the 9.5. It was up 15. Was it? Yeah, it was up 15. Yeah, and it ended up being 6.
Yeah. I never felt like Kentucky was going to lose, though. I never felt.
We was in control the whole game.
Yeah, I never felt like Kentucky.
Never felt I was gonna lose. Yes,
never.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
It was a comfortably boring win.
See, it's probably boring to you. I was ecstatic.
Well, if you're a fan like
I already know.
the average Kentucky fan coming off 40,
I already know.
Everybody be way more excited if they would have won 40-17, right? Like everybody would be.
Man, I was lit. Like I said, I just know how hard it. And then, like I said, I started doing my homework. I was talking prematurely about Toledo last week, and then I actually sat down and started doing more. I'm like, this is an actual pretty good football team that we're playing.
I mean,
like, this is a real good first game matchup.
The MAC has not ever been a slash conference. There's people talking about Toledo being the G5 potentially, representative in the playoffs.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't think that's gonna happen, but anyway.
You don't think they're gonna win out?
I mean, they could, but I mean, I think you got some other G5s that are gonna maybe go undefeated.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotta go undefeated, right?
Tulane's a team I think you would look at potentially, or they
should. Do they play each other?
No,
probably not. No, different conferences.
Different conferences. The other thing that fans were, and I'm not going to know this because I didn't play. It was the play calling. Now, to me, a little bit was suspect. We would go run. We got to the 39 and we go pass. We averaged 5.1 yards a carry. Was there a time during that game where you were just like, why the hell, run the damn ball? Just why? What are we doing? Did you think that too?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. As a player, and I know as a receiver, obviously I want the ball, but I'm always a guy if I ain't gonna lie, if the running game is working and we're winning, by all means, keep continuing with what's helping us win. But I can, I can see coaches doing that to kind of keep guys engaged. You know what I'm saying? He probably maybe some guys on the sideline maybe was showing a little whatever, and then coach probably let me see if I can get these guys engaged. But yeah, I'm with the fans on this. Don't fix something that's not broken. Obviously, the run game was helping us out, and again, it helps us with time of possession. One thing I do want to point out is we went 8 for 15 on third down, which is a great thing. Whenever we're doing our keys of victory for the game, we always strive to be over 50% in third downs because that will help us with time of possession. So kudos to them guys at least going 8 for 15, over 50% on third downs.
And the running game helped a lot because they weren't playing behind. One thing I will say about it is it didn't feel like they were playing behind the chains. I feel like winning 24-16 was frustrating because it felt like it was worse. It felt like they were in control and they should have. I mean, if you would have been 34-16, I think that would have been a little bit more indicative of how the game went.
Okay, but tell me this: what if the game would have ended 24-9?
I think that would have.
You get what I'm saying?
Would have been happier. I think that last
you get what I'm saying? That last touchdown was just.
Even though it was
24-9 was super garbage time. I looked at it as 24-9. That would have been solid. That would have been a real because it's funny because G prediction was 28-7. So he was close. He would have been close.
Yeah, it would have been real close. Nobody ever picks a safety coming into
nobody ever picks a safety.
Nobody picks a safety.
Right, 24-7, right.
A lot of college football this weekend.
Ooh.
What did you like? What team or teams kind of jumped out at you? Obviously I think everyone's going to talk about Florida State because that was
Yeah, I was
probably the
just
biggest surprise of the weekend.
yeah, I was gonna say Florida State and there's a couple of teams, bro. LSU ended up pulling out looking like a real good team, bro. Miami, Cole Dawson
Miami
over
with
there,
a
man.
defense. Miami with a defense.
Shout out to Cole Dawson was dialing it up a little bit for
That
the
catch
OC.
though.
He was man. That safety was supposed to knock his head off, but he went for the pick.
He dude, when you saw that, did you just shake your head because that was just filthy?
No, I missed it. You
You
know
did?
that yeah, let me tell you how I missed. I'm watching the game. And it was right before halftime. I was just like, man, I'm finna go grab some Wingstop. I'm like, it's about to be halftime. They probably gonna kick a field goal. 'Cause I remember the play before. I don't know if they like threw the ball out of to the receiver. He went out of bounds or whatever. I just thought they was finna get a field goal, but that literally was in my. I'm like, I'm finna go get some food.
18 seconds left, no
18
timeout.
seconds left, no timeout. So I'm like, they just finna try to get in field goal range. Bro, I get to Wingstop. I'm waiting on my food. My food wasn't ready, so I'm just chilling on my phone. And then the highlight popped. I was just like, wait, I was like, this just happened before halftime? Like, bro, nasty, like nasty.
I think that the three teams I was impressed with was LSU, Florida
Okay.
State, Miami.
Yes, I'm right with you.
I picked LSU actually I picked LSU I think to win the SEC. I like their
Really?
schedule. I like their schedule. I picked the over. I think their over under was 9.5, and I was like pound the over.
Okay.
I like the way their schedule sets up. I thought they would get past Clemson. Nussmeier's like I think he's the most experienced QB in the SEC. In terms of production coming back, I think I'm right there. If not, he's
I mean,
close.
he
Ton
sure
of
looked like it.
receivers. Didn't rattle him. LSU's got a really good defense. The only thing that I was nervous about was Brian Kelly because I don't think Brian Kelly's like a great coach.
Yeah,
But they won.
they
And
won.
it was there. And then I think like I said, the biggest shock, which I'm sure you was shocked too, was Florida State just spanking Alabama. I mean, that was I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming too, but it's just like I ain't gonna lie, college football a little bit better when Florida State has a good team, man. So I think
In
it was kind of
Miami.
in Miami, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was a good thing to say. And then just shout out to the kid for backing up his word, man. He said a lot before the game. The quarterback,
Castellanos.
Costa, he said a lot before the game. A lot of people are just like, this kid is tripping, but he went out there and literally
He whooped
handled his
Florida State
business.
last year at Boston College. He whooped them.
I didn't even know he was at all. I found out he was at Boston College. Like, bro, what?
Yep. He was at Boston College. Nick Castellanos. He was there last year.
No, he nice, man. He nice.
I think the thing about that game, I didn't think that it was impossible for Florida State to win. I think what was crazy
Just
was how
won.
as the physicality against
Physical.
Alabama. That was the thing that I think was the scary part. And then Miami's defense, their defensive front. Now there's another defensive front that
Them boys are
very
flying.
fly.
Very physical.
What coaching malpractice though that Jeremiah Love only had 4 carries going into the third quarter.
Yeah, that was something that was weird to me. Why like the 4 wasn't touching the ball. I'm like, isn't he the best player? Like, what's going on with that?
He's a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah,
they predicted him to be like in New York, like he's like that, and he has 4 carries.
yeah, that is weird, bro. I ain't never seen Notre Dame even throw that much in the game. They was trying to throw the ball
With the
around.
redshirt freshman new quarterback.
Yeah,
Like, do you think that was just like overthinking the game plan where they were trying to catch Miami off guard and it just really didn't work?
yeah, and then also too, like Miami going man coverage and them trying to see if they receivers can win. You know what I'm saying? The team like teams with good defense like that, them the team that you can run man all day, bro. Well, you can load up 5. You can put 5 down linemen, 4 down linemen, or 4 backers, and let them sit in the box and let your playmaker do what they do. So that had to be one of it. But then again, with a guy like that at running back, bro, you gotta get him the
Feed him.
ball. You gotta feed him. I don't
You
care.
got to feed it. That's I don't know if you caught this, but during the game, when he got his 5th carry, They go Jeremiah Love out of the witness protection program.
Bro, it's so fun. I think one of his carries, he wanted that ball so bad. He went to hurdling people. That's how you know he wanted it so bad.
I mean, I would have been. I mean, unless he was hurt and we didn't know, I'd have been pissed. That was just someone posted when I said something about it. I was like, that's coaching malpractice. And I mean, I don't
No,
like
it
Notre
is for
Dame.
sure.
I don't like Notre
Yeah, I don't
Dame.
like Notre Dame either.
I'm glad they lost, but I couldn't believe
I
that
don't like
that,
Notre
that
Dame
they
either.
did that. All right, what do we think about Saturday? Kentucky,
Let's
Ole
go.
Miss. What do we think? What's your keys to the game, and what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, my keys to the game. Again, I'm gonna start with defense, establishing dominance. Kind of the same, just come out with the same attitude that they came out with Toledo, man. Luckily we got another home game, so guys will be able to. We ain't got to travel. We at home, you know what I'm saying. We'll be able to get some good night rest and get up and be fired up, ready to go. And then offense, man, just no turnovers, over 50% on third downs, and then also as a team win the penalty match. We was able to win the penalty match with Toledo. I think they ended up with 11 penalties with like 93 yards. We ended up with like 3 for 30. So we can win it. So if
Very
we can
clean
win,
game.
very clean game. So we can if we can win that as well. I think it's another, you know what I'm saying, another good Saturday. Being able to offense being able to provide at least 24 points. But I think we can get at least 24 points from our offense. I think it'd be good. What you thinking? Let me hear what you thinking.
I think keys to the game first and foremost, I think starts with BBN. The crowd atmosphere I don't think was phenomenal. Before we go, we're gonna have to talk about two things before we go. But
Okay.
I think the crowd's huge. It's the blue and white split stadium.
Hey, best believe it's gonna be lit. Yeah.
I think you have to have. I think the fans need to just do this and just clean slate it. We know last year sucked, whether you hate Mark Stoops, whether you think he's the shittiest coach in the world, whatever. Show up for this game. Like give it this game. Give it your all this game. I think if the BBN shows up, I think it starts with BBN. They show up, I think everything kind of goes. My thing is it's keep it simple, stupid. Dominate on the defensive line like you did the last game. Dominate on the line. Look at that. You see that? He's giving it a thumbs up. I don't even know why. Dominate on the line of scrimmage on both lines and run the damn ball. Get your passes off the run. Rush for 5-6 yards and then hit them, right? Play action, hard, the RPO game. Don't overcomplicate it. But if that stadium is rocking on Saturday, I think from the jump, I think Kentucky's in it. I've always thought Kentucky's going to win this game because of like what we've talked about. The shaky O-line they're not great at stopping the run, and the fact that it's a new quarterback. I like Kentucky to win 24-20.
Okay.
That's my prediction. We probably have to stop them on like a last drive or something. Steven Souls with a strip sack with like 18 seconds left when they're at like the 42.
I like that.
There you go.
I like that. I like that. I think I had like 21-17. I think around that range.
So we both are thinking it's like a 4-point, like.
Oh yeah, 3-point, 4-point game. Cause like you got to go off the last 4 years, like
one possession,
10
points. I think the last 2 games or 3 games has been 10 points total. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think last year we won 2017. I think the year when they cheated
22-19.
22-19 with a 42-41 at double overtime game.
Yeah.
And then I think Garrett and them in 2017 lost 37-34 that last touchdown DK Metcalf. So like I say, it's gonna be a close game, man. I'm open. Do we know the spread? I think that Ole Miss opened up as a 9.5. 10. I'm taking it. Y'all better take that.
I'm hammering that.
You gotta hammer that. Like
hammering it. Let me look at. I'll tell you real quick. There's not a ton of marquee games this weekend, which kind of sucks.
Really?
Last weekend was so good.
Yeah, like I said, Texas got 3 easy games. Arch Manning finna look like the Heisman Trophy winner in these next 3 games.
Probably.
Everybody gonna get everybody
right now.
Oh man, we gotta hammer that.
10.5 and the over under is 50.5.
Under that too. I might take an under on that.
I might, yeah. Kind of I think the marquee games next week, you've got I mean, Illinois and Duke's. That
Oh
should be a
no,
decent
you
game.
know what the best game is? I can
Michigan,
tell you right now.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, you know I'm locked in on that game.
I think
College game day.
Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma's gonna run them out of Norman.
Hey, OU looked it good week
M-
one. And John Mateer, I saw it in my
M-
earlier that he broke
Mateer is
Baker's.
legit. Like I knew about Mateer. I, this is people. Some people won't believe me. I don't really care if you do, but I
believe it.
Mateer had a very good shot of coming to Kentucky before his offensive coordinator went
Oh,
there.
for real?
Yep. That was a
Yeah,
name that I heard even when Malik Murphy came here. I didn't think Malik Murphy fit the system great, but he was a big name, right? And he went to Oregon State or something, right? Like that's not super wowzers, but Mateer was a name that I had heard very early on to watch out for. And there was definitely conversation. There was definitely interest. We'll just put it that way. And I think that if he didn't go there, I think you would have seen Mateer probably end up somewhere maybe like Kentucky, which would have been filthy.
He balled out, man.
He's a legit, I think, Heisman Trophy candidate. He's
bro,
really good.
He broke Baker Mayfield's OU debut passing yard record. So that says a lot.
All right. So two things. One, we kind of touched on this, I think, via text. It sounds like Wilcox is in trouble.
Oh man, yeah.
I don't want to get too into it, but I mean, you've been around things and guys and stuff. Like, what is that like? Like, we don't have to talk about the details, but like, as a player, what's that like? Is that a locker room distraction? Do guys just kind of tune it out? I mean, he's kind of been a head case. So I don't think this is obviously what the accusations. I mean, he crossed a huge line. This goes beyond just behavioral, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But if a guy has been like that and then kind of crosses line, is that mess with the locker room at all, or is that something that you guys just kind of go about your day?
Yeah, no, obviously, we're human, man. So I already know some of the guys are talking about it outside the facility because obviously he's one of our top players, a guy that, what I'm saying, we're going to miss. But obviously we do got guys that can replace him as well. So I can say guys are pretty much talking about it outside, just giving their opinion on it. But then again, we're all grown men at the end of the day. We all know what we came to Kentucky to do. You know what I'm saying? That's to get an education and play football. So that's another thing that's also easy to tune out as well too. Being able to hone in on your craft and know, you know what I'm saying, what's best for you. So again, yo,
there we go. You're back. Lost you for half a second. We're good.
I can't hear you.
It just went completely black. I was like, what in the world just happened?
Yo, am I good?
Yep. Yeah, I hear you, buddy.
I didn't even know if somebody called you. It's just like shut down.
Yeah, that's funny.
My bad.
No, is it a distraction though, you think, or is it just something guys are talking about? Like, is that it? Like, I think that's what people are going to think about more.
Distraction? No, I don't think a distraction. Only because of like we got a big game this week. We cannot let it be a distraction. And also too, like this is something that people in the building known for weeks, maybe months. We're just, what I'm saying, we're on the outside looking in. Now we're just not hearing it. So, what I'm saying, these guys knew about this situation before the Toledo game, and they came out and did what they had to do. So, like I said, we can't let it be a distraction because, like I said, everybody's their own man.
And there's a lot, right? Like behind the scenes, like coaches probably have very little control over the messaging when something like this happens, right? It's a lot of compliance, right?
Yeah, compliance takes over. Like I'm saying right now, like ain't nobody doing nothing.
Stoops can't say anything.
They can't. Yeah, it's just like it's an ongoing investigation. Everybody got to do their due diligence. They got to go out and get everything. You know what I'm saying, before anything can be speaked upon. So,
all right, the biggest elephant in the room about Saturday, the number one thing. Where the hell did Grove Street go, and what the hell are we going to do about it?
Well, they're not playing. They're not playing it no more.
Oh, you need to be online a little bit more, brother.
Yeah, man.
Grove
I
Street.
don't know what's going on.
I don't know what happened. The intro. I was waiting for Grove Street. Next thing you know, they're running on the field. The music felt like a funeral. It was awful. They didn't play Grove Street one time the entire game.
Did they say why?
Nope. I actually talked to a couple players and they said they didn't even know. Did you know what the intro song would be? Did you guys know? Did you guys have any say in that?
So people don't know this, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to this one person that we kind of had a say in his opportunity, and that was DJ Warren Peace. We had like a DJ at a time that was playing music.
I remember. Yep.
You remember DJ Warren Peace? So I remember he played some music at like a couple of parties and whatnot. And I remember we went up. I think we went up. I think he came and did a one game, but then we went up and told him it's like, hey, this guy needs to be, you know what I'm saying, the DJ at the game. Like this is the guy that needs to, and he became our DJ, and he DJed for the basketball team as well. So we kind of knew what the song that we were going out with. DJ 1P did a good job of asking us what song that we like coming out and stuff like that. So yeah, we had a good idea what songs we were gonna come out to, because we kind of had like a say into it, which was pretty dope.
It's gonna be interesting because I know it's a big topic of the fan base, and it was the one thing that I think Kentucky was it's a natural from that South Carolina game, and it was 13, 14. 14, yeah. You were there, right?
Yeah, I redshirted that year though, but I was front row seat.
That moment was
I was front row seat in that game.
We had just lost our we had just had a miscarriage. That
was man, I'm sorry to hear that.
First thing that it was my wife says it was the hardest, funnest game that she's ever been to.
Yeah, I'm already knowing that's tough.
But yeah, it was. So that moment was cool, and it's just sad. Hopefully they didn't retire it all the way. All right, man. Good stuff. So you're saying 20? You say 21-17?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
24-20.
So,
I like that.
So let's see what happens. I think I like Kentucky's chances, man. Go Cats. Hopefully, guys, check out the show and check us out next week. And go Cats.
Go Cats.
Until next time, keep cheering, keep listening, and keep bleeding blue.